What's up everyone? In this video, I surprised my wife with a desk setup and we took it from looking like this to this. Let's get into it. Throughout the video, I also want to share a couple tips on how we approach designing this home office in particular. A lot of it is her own style, but I'll speak on her behalf and hopefully I can do it justice. So previously her desk was shoved into the corner a little bit and honestly she just didn't like the placement of it, and I can tell that she just wasn't feeling happy in her current desk setup space. So one day when she was at work, I decided to change it up for her. Now to help me out with this desk setup, my good friends over at Rove Concept sent me their new Athena desk. This is their standing desk with these leg covers that make it look super aesthetic. I think it was just perfect for the type of look Christine loves, and so I thought it would be a great way to test out the new desk. Now if you're in the market for a new standing desk, let's just speak to the quality of this one real quick. The shipping was super seamless, it came very well packaged, it was very easy to assemble, it didn't take me too long. Honestly, the instructions are clear, and if you have a power tool or power drill, it'll speed up the process as well. But you don't need to be crazy technically skilled to be able to put this desk together in like an hour. It pretty much has all the bells and whistles you'd want from a standing desk. It has the memory settings for like a sit stand position, also using the arrows to go up and down, and also has a little bit of cable management that comes included with the packaging. But the major selling point for me was really these covers that go over the standing desk legs, because there's something about a desk that always looks like a desk, and with these covers it makes it look more like a furniture piece, which I think as I show you the rest of Christine's room, it really ties it all together nicely. Now on top of the desk, in terms of accessories, we kept it pretty minimal, and as you guys know on this channel, I love talking about tech and desk setup accessories, but with Christine, she wants something a little bit less techy, something a little bit more curated. So really, alongside her standard 27-inch iMac here, we have a Apple keyboard, Apple trackpad, this clear acrylic kind of monitor stand that we've got on Amazon, and also a couple Grove-made accessories. So we have the Grove-made keyboard tray, a Grove-made titanium pen, and also a Grove-made notepad, which she actually ends up using a lot. Now, one thing to consider when setting up your desk setup that not a lot of people talk about is just placement and where it is in your room. Oftentimes people will place their desk right against the wall, but I've noticed that it kind of kills my productivity. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but hear me out. When the desk is right against the wall, or especially if you have a wall right to the right side of you as well, or left side of you, it feels really trapped. And for some reason, it just doesn't feel as motivating or inspiring to sit at my desk. And so I usually always opt to put the desk in front of a window, off a window, or just somewhere where the sunlight is hitting your face at certain points of the day. Now, obviously not everyone has access to a window in maybe a given room, but I would say most rooms, if you're setting up a home office or a desk setup, has a window. Near the window, at the window, whatever the case may be, just to get some of that natural light. It really does affect your mood and overall productivity throughout the day. Some people argue that having it right in front of a window is bad for your eyes because of sunlight, or overall just feng shui and things like that. But trust me, I've tried a ton of different setups. Personally, for me, having the desk in front of a window is nice because the sunlight's coming in, and if it's too harsh on your eyes, that's why you get blinds or some sort of like light diffusing shade to kind of minimize the harsh light that comes in. That's a good segue into another tip for your home office is lighting. So aside from natural lighting, you can add things like lamps, floor fixtures. So in Christine's room, we have this lamp that's on her desk and also this floor lamp in the corner. Now, to be honest, the lamp on the desk, it's not doing much. It's not really illuminating the room. It's more of an ambient light, but the ambient light sources are extremely important because that's what gives it that cozy vibe. The floor lamp actually does illuminate a decent amount of light, and so this corner is kind of reserved for Christine's reading or when she wants to not sit at her computer chair. This is great to have a floor lamp in this corner. Now on the other side of this room, on this vanity, I decided to put a Philips Hue light strip behind it just to kind of create that ambient light that splashes against the wall. Now what's nice about the floor lamp, the table lamp, and also this Philips Hue light strip is that they're all Philips Hue connected. through the phone, and so we can control it via the app to set all the different colors and kind of set all the different light intensities. Light intensity is very important because when you go buy a light from, let's say, IKEA or other places, they come with a light bulb, and typically it's not dimmable. You know, you turn it on and you have one setting. If it's too bright or too dim, you're kind of screwed. So with a Philips Hue light bulb, even though it is not cheap, I mean, for a light bulb, these kinds of things, these smart bulbs are not cheap, but really I think being able to dim them is kind of the main selling point for me. Now, if you check out some of my other videos, you'll see that most of my desk setups are very minimal, bold, black and white, gray, usually on a darker color palette. But as you can see here in Christine's room, it's a little bit different. But that's because Christine just has a different style than me. And I think everyone who watches these types of videos, you guys all have your own style. And so you should lean into that. For Christine, she really loves Paris. She loves things that are gold and a little bit more, I don't know what you would call it. She calls it like grandma coded or core grandma. I don't know. This is her grandma mode. I don't really know. But what's really cool about a lot of the stuff that's in Christine's home office when it comes to the decor standpoint is that it's very intentional, right? She didn't go to IKEA, buy everything in one go, and then hang everything up. Everything in here actually took like a few months, if not a few years, to kind of curate everything she wanted. And so one thing that I really like to say when it comes to decor is find your statement pieces. Statement pieces are those things when you walk into a room and you're like, dang, that is cool. And it's one of those things that make a statement. In this room in particular, Christine really wanted to get this huge mirror from Anthropologie, and it wasn't cheap, but that is her statement piece, and she splurged on that. Now she splurged on that, but everything else in the room is actually like thrifted. Like the vanity that you see over here, she got from like Facebook Marketplace. Most of the decor in here, she also got just secondhand or really cheap at like Home Goods or Marshalls or places like that. Even if like the corner you notice behind me, this corner here has a bunch of paintings and pictures that she kind of collected from Facebook Marketplace. So overall, the aesthetic, especially with the paintings, gives it this vintage collected feel that kind of ties the whole room together. Don't go broke just to make a home office, and try to make it your own style and make it unique to you. So if you're looking to revamp your home office or your desk setup, the approach is simple. Think about the feeling that you want to have when you walk in. Do you want to feel warm? Do you want to feel cool? Do you want to feel dark? Do you want to feel bright? These are questions that you should ask yourself before you start buying any furniture or any kind of desk. Second is the colors. Once you determine the feeling, figure out what your colors are. Are you having gold in there? Are you having silver? Are you having black? Is it primarily white? Figure out your colors. My recommendation is stick to about 2 to 3 colors, including hardware. So in this case, we have like a bit of a white with gold and wood aesthetic. And so it's really important that you figure out what those 2 to 3 mixture of colors and textures are for you. Then when you shop for furniture or things like that, it's very easy because you can find things in that color palette and everything will pretty much go together. And last but not least is functionality. Doesn't really matter how great your home office looks if it's not functional. If you go in there, you don't actually interact with the space, you don't like being in it, it's not functional, then honestly, it's just a waste of time and money in my opinion. So when you're buying things, when you're setting up a desk setup, make sure it's functional and make sure it gets you excited to sit down and use it and be in the space. For example, like this Athena standing desk by Rove Concepts is a perfect blend of design and functionality. They took something that was really functional, which is a sit-stand desk that's motorized, and then added these leg covers over the desk legs to bring that design element into it. It's pretty much where design meets function, and that's what Rove Concepts does really well. This standing desk also comes in a black colorway, so if you want to check it out, I'll link it down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully you took something away from it, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.